Hej! Någon mer än jag som är intresserad av att se original fake news klippet som har legat på SVT:s hemsida i över ett år, sedan ett par veckor innan valet förra året tills nu den 17, och så redigerade de den igår. Det är alltså svårt att se exakt hur den såg ut innan den här redigeringen igår, men den ska jag visa er här. Här ser ni en stor och en liten bild på Donald Trump. Den stora bilden, centralt i bilden, är originalfilmen som har legat på SVT:s hemsida i ett helt års tid och varit fake news. Precis på samma sätt som BBC:s klipp som orsakade 2 chefers avskedande. Och SVT har gjort precis likadant. Ni får en skylt, en röd skylt som markerar när fake news uppträder i den här centrala filmen. Det här klippet i mitten. Den lilla vid sidan om, det är SVT:s senaste redigering för att du inte ska kunna se så tydligt. Det grumlar vattnen lite. Du ska inte haja till att SVT har varit lika fula som BBC. Men det har de varit hela tiden. Ja, varsågod. Du får avgöra hur mycket fake news och det här är.
We're in a very dangerous place heading into the next election. If he loses, I don't think that you can expect that he's going to take it peacefully.
This is a fraud on the American public. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
What I don't think enough of us were thinking that day is this is incredibly dangerous. We'd later find out that it was incredibly dangerous.
Efter presidentvalet i USA 2020 hävdade Donald Trump att hans förlust berodde på valfusk.
My office is just right around the corner from the Oval Office, and I remember popping my head in, and he's watching Fox News, and Joe Biden's on, and he says, "Can you believe I lost to this effing guy?" That's when shit really hit the fan. You've got Rudy Giuliani who's sweating off his hair dye down his face, and the whole thing was chaotic.
We cannot allow these crooks, because that's what they are, to steal an election from the American people.
Valfuskanklagelserna pågick i månader tills allt kulminerade i upplopp.
We're going to walk down and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down to the Capitol. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Of course he's going to claim that it was stolen. Of course he's going to say it was rigged. And of course he's going to try to incite his followers and his diehard loyalists to the exact same kind of actions as last time. The notion that this time he would take it like a champ and admit he lost is just ridiculous.
Nu ska ni få se originalavslöjandet av den här BBC SVT Gate. Här kommer en riktig journalist, The Telegraph.
The BBC claims to be the pinnacle of impartial reporting, but what if there was an internal dossier that revealed that wasn't the case? The Telegraph has seen a letter that reveals one of the BBC's own independent advisors repeatedly warned that the broadcaster had serious and systemic problems. A week before the US election, BBC Panorama released a documentary called Trump: A Second Chance, and in it, they played the following clip.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell.
But Trump didn't in fact say this at all. The BBC spliced together 2 clips that took place 54 minutes apart. So let's go through it again.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we fight. We fight like hell.
Now, it's true that a lot of people will still feel Trump's claims that in 2021 the election was stolen were entirely inappropriate and unbecoming of a figure in politics. But irrespective of your personal views on Trump, the question remains, how is a national broadcaster funded by taxpayers on the premise that it will provide impartial reporting allowed to splice together content in a way that one of its own advisors said materially misled viewers? And we're not even done yet. The footage Panorama showed of the Proud Boys marching towards the Capitol building, seemingly spurred on by Trump's rousing speech, well, that was actually taken before he'd even addressed the crowd. In fact, the BBC themselves later published a report at odds with Panorama's own timeline.
These are the Proud Boys, another right-wing militia, seen a little earlier that morning.
Howdy, you boy!
Donald Trump will not appear for another hour or so, but they're already heading towards the Capitol.
They even time-stamped the footage to show that the march began at 10:58 a.m, well before Trump's midday speech. The true chronology raises serious questions about the way in which the BBC decided to portray the events of January the 6th. In fact, the memo highlights that shortly after the first extract of Trump's speech, the now president actually said,
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
The BBC advisor who wrote this report claimed Panorama's editing was completely misleading, as Trump did not explicitly exhort supporters to go down and fight at Capitol Hill. They even pointed out that this was a key reason why he didn't face federal charges for incitement to riot. The BBC's Editorial Guidelines and Standards Committee member who wrote this memo raised all of these concerns, among others, with the BBC executive, but they were dismissed, ignored, and even accused of cherry-picking.